I think for March On, that's a perfect description. It's us talking to ourselves 10 years ago, us talking to ourselves when we were kids. And also, it's like we haven't forgotten about, if we were the same band that we were 10 years ago, I wouldn't be happy. I think we have to grow past, with every stage, you have to grow, accordingly. But we haven't forgotten about those kids that still listen to our music just to get through the day, or, the kids that,
Well, it's us 10 years ago. There's a lot of our fans that are us 10 years ago, and like we're responsible for them, and I think a song like March On is a perfect letter to ourselves and to them.
I was spending hours on MySpace every day just trying to write back to every kid who wrote me like this heartfelt letter, and it was like I just couldn't get to them all enough. I'd be writing, and thousands, they keep filling up. You can't get to them all, and it's like the only way we know how we can really reach them is to write a song, and that song, that's kind of what.
And all the letters you get, the names are different and the stories are different, but it's the same thing. It's like, what do I do? I want to give up. I feel like...
Or just give me something to get me.
Yeah, and so we were like, let's write a song that's like kind of powerful and kind of just like, it's not all happy, but it's just honest. And, that's where, like, soldiers march on. Like, I was just thinking, like, just think of yourself as, like, a soldier and just keep marching, and, like, you'll get through it.
I think Where Would We Be is a song about, coming out of a relationship during our last record. You kind of think, what could I have done to, I wish this would happen, or I wish this would happen. And I think everyone can relate to this in a relationship, but you always, like, I wish that would have been like this, or I wish our situation would have been like this, or timing would have been different, but you realize that everything in life happens the way it's supposed to. And if it would have changed, like, where would we be? Like, would it really be better, or would we be in love? Or if your situation was different and mine was, would it really work? It's like everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to, and you just have to let life play out. And that, you can kick yourself over a relationship. You can stay up all night. You can say that they did this wrong and you did this wrong, or, but at the end of the day, everything's a learning experience, and everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. And like when I think about my life, I wouldn't change a thing, whether it's relationships with my parents or friends or significant others, like that have come and gone. It's like life happens the way it's supposed to, and you land where you're supposed to land. And that's kind of what Where Would We Be is about. Victims of love, I mean, when you think about it, everybody is, because that's all people really want in their life, love, even the most hateful people.
And love will make you and it'll break you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, even like from mass murders down to little kids who are innocent and just born, everybody wants is love.
The higher purpose of this life is love, like everybody wants love. That's why we do everything we do. That's why people want
That's why people hurt each other and help each other. That's why everything, because they just want love, so that's really, at the end of the day, everybody's a victim.
And we're all victims of it. Like, even like you think about war, somebody loves something enough to kill for it. That's all kind of related. I mean, Misery is kind of like a song about sitting in a room and watching all these people in the world, like, they're all synchronized the way that they look at you and they criticize you and they look down on you and they just have something to say about the whatever, or they think they're better than you, or anything. Anybody could walk into a room and sit down and feel completely alone because they feel like they're in a room they don't belong. And we all feel that way. And, like, that's what Misery's about. It's like everybody tells kids it's not okay to be down and not okay to be sad, when sometimes you just have to be with it and you have to, like, just embrace it for a minute, because you're going to be up, but you have to... Yeah, the down times you have to embrace too, and everybody in this world, a lot of times is plastic. You have to feel this way. You have to fake it. You have to, sometimes it's... Or even, like, on a bigger scale, like, the way what you have to do for your life to be successful. Get the house and the wife and the 2 cars and like, this and that, and go to college and do this and do that. And, like, there's all these ideas that we're, like, fed since we're little. to happiness. The way to happiness is this. It's like get success, get this, get that. And it's like, maybe it's not.
You find your own,
You know what I mean? Like, maybe the guy out on the corner of the street that's talking to himself has the right idea, you know, but who knows? I mean, who am I to say? That's his life, you know, and like, it's kind of like that. Like, I have this philosophy of like live and let live, and like just let people do their thing, and I'm going to focus on me and do my life. And like, we live in a world where it's not okay. Like, you have to do this and do that, and then you'll be looked at as successful. And like, you know, so that's what that song's about.
Broken Hearts Parade is just a celebration of ending relationships, not just love, not just, you know, romance, but, you know, the
Friendships.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to be brokenhearted, everyone has been, and you have to be with it. You have to celebrate it. You have to embrace it, because it's going to be something that you learn from, and it's going to be a part of your life that you look back on it. We actually were going to name the record Broken Hearts Parade, and then My Chemical Romance. Then we saw the Black Parade, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
all right. And because like when the first round of
We were
writing,
thinking about putting on like black marching band suits and like painting skulls on our faces. And
Sorry,
doing Broken
Mikey.
Hearts Parade, and then they did it, and then we were like, damn.
No, so close. But because in the first round of writing it was a lot of like breakup songs, a lot of like relationship songs, and a lot of them didn't make the record, you know, because we kind of had to balance it. We're like, this whole record can't be about breaking up and whatever. So, but originally, like that was a tentative title, was Broken Hearts Parade, and then we heard about Mike M's record, and we're like,
Oops, there goes that one.
So then another round of writing, though, brought, I think, even better songs. But I think that Good Morning Revival is so much stronger than the original, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because a path of making a record takes you a lot of different directions, and I'm glad where we ended up.